So I'm squeezing in one last piece before we move. We move in 2 weeks. You guys are going to be so happy when we move. You'll be sick of hearing about it. But I saw this on Facebook Marketplace in my area for $25. It is a really good quality dresser. It has a couple of things. The sideboard is coming away, so I need to fix that. And the only other thing is this guy. What is that? It's got me completely stumped. I don't know why it's there. It's not a design thing or even a function thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take that off and add legs to the base. Let's get started. My name is Sarah. This is 445 Designs. I am so glad that you have clicked on this channel, and I'm so thankful that you guys are here. Cool Facebook Marketplace. You hope that the person you're buying from is not trying to scam you. So with this lady, we went back and forth, and when I'm the seller, I do also get a bit like freaked out about giving people your address. Sorry. Where was I? Okay. We're trying to find a house, and my husband just heard from the realtor. So we went back and forth on Facebook about buying this piece, and finally, you know, we settled on a time to meet. Just as I drove up to her driveway, she was like, I'm the house at the end of the long dirt driveway. So the driveway was so long, it was a dirt road, we were out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, oh no. I was with my husband, luckily. But even Phil was like, I'm not driving down that road. I was like, you have to. I need something to do. I want the dresser. And then we drove to the end, and there was a clearing and this big house, and we were like, da, da, da. I was so relieved. I've never been so relieved to see a big, beautiful house in my entire life. So that's the story about this piece. Okay, so before I wipe it all down, I am gonna clean the inside, but I'm not gonna clean the outside because I'm going to be stripping the drawers. I might clean the top actually, now that I say that, because I'm not gonna be sanding it back to wood. I'm just gonna paint the case in paint. Paint the case in paint. Okay, I'm gonna paint the outside, and I'm gonna stain the drawers. So I am gonna clean the top and the inside, and I'm gonna vacuum first. So, okay, good talk. So while we're at it, and before I start cleaning, I'm going to do that repair on this side. So come over and have a little look-see. See the gap here? It's very small on this side, and then down the bottom here at the back, I can stick my fingers all the way in. So I am going to, rather than tell you what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it. Here we go. Putting the cleaning off until I'm done doing all of this, cutting the base off and all that jazz, and then I'll clean. Okay, it's worrisome how easy that came off. But that's fine, I've moved it now. Removed it now. I forgot to tape it. Okay. Yay. So it's been a minute since I've needed to glue anything, so I'm going to be using my Star Bond today. Because the one that I'm using here is just the thin glue, getting right up in there under the ply. And because I'm so extra, and you know how much I love my nail gun. I'll fill those little teeny tiny holes with some wood fill, but sorted. Okay, flip it around and do the other end. I got some, the brand is called Clean Strip. This one is one that you can use in a sprayer. So, it says it works in 15 minutes. I do find the Clean Strip does work a lot faster, but it's definitely more chemically. When you use this, if you have any left over in here, you should tip it back in there. You shouldn't, it says you shouldn't leave it. Okay. All right, these gloves. In all colors. And I've covered my pieces up over there because this is a spray bottle. I don't want some rogue stripper getting on my other pieces. So make sure you're covering up your other pieces. Yeah, it's a nice job. It's all bubbly, and now you just gotta scrape it off. Going in really super gently. Metal can sometimes scratch up the surface, so just be really careful. Probably gonna have to do a second round. I'm gonna carry on doing this, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I had to do 2 rounds, well 1.5 rounds, because I didn't put it everywhere. I just put it on some really stubborn spots where it wasn't coming off. And now I'm going to put some mineral spirits on it. Okay, what an afternoon that was. I went down a complete rabbit trail, one thing after another. I wanted to just stain the front in black. She must have had an accident because there was cherry splash marks everywhere, inside the drawers and outside the drawers. I don't know what I don't know what happened, but she's probably tried to clean it up as best she could. I sanded it and I wiped it back with water, and that brought back up the stain that she used. Red tones everywhere. Sanded it, still was there, I could see it, so I bleached it, still could see it, rinsed the bleach off, gave it a little bit of a sand, and I could still see it. I wasn't happy with it. There's no way that I could sell that to somebody with a clear conscience knowing that the inside of the drawers had red splatter all over it. So I've stained the drawers inside, all of the corners, and the 2 outside panels. I didn't stain the back because who's going to see the back? So I have a clear conscience about that. I don't need to stain the back or the underside. But I wanted the wood tones to show through, so I put a little bit of, actually I put a lot of special walnut and a little bit of black, and it ended up looking probably something similar to a dark walnut. I'm gonna call it quits there because it's 3 o'clock and take a break, and I'll come back in a minute. You'll see me in a minute, and I'll be painting the body of the dresser. Okay, I have the biggest smile on my face. We applied for a house last night and I just got notification. So we are moving to Nashville, yay! Anyway, there it is, guys. We will be moving in real time as of today, which is mid-October. We will be moving in 12 days. Let's get back into the video. And now I'm going in with Dixie Belle's Caviar because I'm going for a sleek, dark, masculine, not masculine, because it's not necessarily for a man, but just a more sleek look. All right, enjoy the fast forward. When I do my paint strokes, I like to do it from here out. That way I don't get paint gathering on the edge. Close up. So when I'm coming to the edge, I go over the edge. Because if you go that way, you can pull paint right there. That looks really good, very happy with it. Thin coats, like I always say, that way you're not getting drip marks, gravity is not working against you, which is what happened for the poor lady that owned this piece before me. She put on a really thick, probably one layer of top coat, and you know, gravity worked against her, and on the sides of the piece I'll insert a clip of me sanding it back. There were these drip marks in the top coat. So to avoid that, thin coats, love chalk paint, the workability with it, because you can reactivate it with water and just give it the water helps it to level too, self-level, so it's awesome. looking really good. I'm gonna let that dry, do a second coat, probably a third, and then we'll top coat. All right, bye. Handles are drying. I'm not quite done with taping, but I thought I would do my outro before I'm 100% done. So I've had to do a little switcheroo in the order of these coming out. This was originally scheduled to come out the end of November. I've now bumped it up to today, which is the second week of November, because during the filming of this, you guys saw we got a place. We are headed to Nashville. The place that we are renting is so beautiful and absolutely just perfect for our family. Back to this piece. I love this piece. Now, I made the base out of wood that I already had, and the actual legs, these parts here, is poplar wood, and then this is just the crossbars down here was just regular old pine, and it's just two different textures of wood, and it would take stain differently. So I just decided I was going to paint it anyway, and it would have not gone well with these drawer fronts anyway. Haven't they turned out really lovely? Oh. It's turned out so nice that my teenager wants it for himself. So we're keeping that. I'm selling his dresser. My family, I tell you, not always. Sometimes I do a piece over and they fall in love with it and they want it. And then other times I'm like, no, I have to sell this. You can't keep it. So I love the black tones in the wood front here, and then the black. It's just so sleek and really gorgeous. I can't wait for you guys to see the afters. So after this video, there are 2 more videos filmed from this location, and then there will be videos from our new place. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the like button, and that would be amazing. I'd love to have you here with me every week, and I will see you guys on next week's piece. Bye guys.